Good morning. Welcome Sham Stars. Today we are going to talk about conservation of biodiversity. In previous presentations, we learnt about biodiversity, types of biodiversity and loss of biodiversity. So today we are going to talk about conservation of biodiversity. Conservation is defined as the management of biosphere so that it will yield the greatest sustainable benefit to present generation while maintaining its potential to meet the needs of future generation. Now the question is, why do we need to conserve resources? There are many reasons for conservation of biodiversity. These can be grouped as narrowly utilitarian, broadly utilitarian, and ethical argument. We will discuss one by one. Let's talk about narrowly utilitarian reasons. Humans derive several direct economic benefits from nature, such as food, cereals, pulses, and fruits, firewood, fiber, construction material, industrial products, and products of medicinal use. More than 25% of drugs sold today are derived from plants, and about 25,000 species of plants are used by native people as traditional medicines. Now, more and more resources are put into bioprospecting, that is, exploring molecular genetics and species level diversity for products of economic importance to know the economic value of the plants. Now, let's talk about the second category, that is, broadly utilitarian. Biodiversity plays a major role in many ecosystem services that are provided by nature. Some of them are production of oxygen. Amazon forest is estimated to produce 20% of the total oxygen in the atmosphere through photosynthesis. Next one is pollination of plants. Ecosystem provides pollinators like bees, bumblebees, birds and bats. Aesthetic pleasures like walking through thick woods, watching spring flowers in full bloom, or waking up to koel or bulbul song in the morning. Now let's talk about ethical reasons to conserve biodiversity. Every species has an intrinsic value, even if it may not be of current economic value to us. We have a moral duty to care for their well-being and pass on the biological legacy in a good order to future generation. So these are the reasons why do we need to conserve biodiversity. In coming presentation, we will talk about how do we conserve biodiversity. Flow chart is shown in this slide gives an idea of different methods of biodiversity conservation. Two basic approaches of biodiversity conservation are in situ conservation, that is on-site conservation, and second one is ex situ conservation, that is off-site conservation. In situ conservation involves protection of species in their natural habitat, whereas ex situ conservation involves placing of threatened animals and plants in special care units for their protection. Now let's talk about in situ conservation. In situ conservation is the process of protecting an endangered plant or animal species in its natural habitat, either by protecting or cleaning up the habitat itself or by defending the species from the predators. Wildlife and livestock conservation is mostly based on in situ conservation. For example, biosphere reserves and national parks. Ex situ conservation. This is a conservation of species outside their habitat. This includes gene, pollen, seed, tissue cultures, and DNA banks, and also includes various zoos and botanical gardens, etc. To conserve all these, we have various methods of ex situ conservation. For example, seed banks, gene banks, germplasm bank, translocation area, botanical parks, and zoological parks. So children, this is all about biodiversity and conservation. We studied what is biodiversity and types of biodiversity. Along with these, we studied loss of biodiversity, importance of species for the ecosystem, and ways to conserve biodiversity as well. Importance of conservation and methods of conservation of biodiversity. I hope you must have understood the chapter. Thank you, Shem Stars. That's all for today. You can drop your queries on Google Classroom. Take care.